So Matt Gaetz has his primary next week, August 23rd. He's got a couple of Republican opponents, but right now he's going to be cruising to an easy victory. And honestly, he's going to be cruising to an easy victory in the November election as well. This is an area where Matt Gaetz is running for Congress, of course, that has not voted for a Democrat since the 1960 election. President Kennedy was the last time this area voted for a Democrat. So Gaetz has it on lockdown, even with all of the problems he has. But dang it, those Republicans running against him for that nomination, they're not going down without a fight. And one of his opponents, Mark Lombardo, whose father, by the way, in 2015 endorsed Gaetz for Congress, has put out a new ad making some pretty crazy accusations about Matt Gaetz. Take a look.
When Donald Trump really endorses someone, he goes big. You've seen none of that for Lion Matt Gaetz. What does Trump know? Is Gaetz the informant? Gaetz hired Jeffrey Epstein's attorney. Another Epstein attorney approved the raid on Trump's house. Remember, Gaetz pressured Trump to give him a pardon, but Trump said no. Matt Gaetz puts himself first, ahead of Trump and ahead of you. Vote for a leader who will put America first. Vote for Marine Mark Lombardo.
I'm Mark Lombardo. I approve this message.
Could Matt Gaetz be the Mar-a-Lago leaker? Could he be the one that tipped off the FBI and the DOJ saying, hey, those documents you're looking for, they're in the basement. He's got a couple things in his safe. You may want to go check that out. Now, probably not, right? Right? I mean, that's just a little too far-fetched to think that Matt Gaetz would want to do something to cooperate with the DOJ. It's almost as if maybe he had something to cut a deal with them about, right? That couldn't apply to Matt Gaetz. Now, could it? Or could it? Look, I don't like getting into conspiracy theories. Do I think Matt Gaetz is the Mar-a-Lago informant? No. However, again, when you look at what's happening, you could truly convince a bunch of gullible idiots that he is. Because all you have to do, and again, I'm not saying I believe this, I'm saying how you could frame it to make it seem like a plausible conspiracy theory. Matt Gaetz obviously under investigation by the DOJ and the FBI, right? He doesn't want to go to jail. He doesn't want to get popped. He has nobody he can flip on, though, in his investigation because Joel Greenberg has already done all the flipping, right? Okay, so bear with me here. What if Matt Gaetz goes to the FBI and says, listen, look, I know you got a lot of stuff on me here. I know things look pretty bad, and I can't give you anything to roll on other people in this investigation, but what if I gave you info on another investigation you're working on? What if I've been to Mar-a-Lago? What if I was down in that basement? What if I saw some boxes of documents? What if I told you exactly what was in those boxes? Maybe then we cut a deal, right? Honestly, if Lombardo had framed it that way in the ad, he might make some headway, right? That's a pretty powerful and, again, pretty plausible conspiracy theory. And it almost frightens me how quickly I was able to just make that up. Like, I don't dabble in conspiracy theories, but, hey, I guess I see why Alex Jones does it, right? It's super easy to just make stuff up off the top of your head. The rest of course, the claims in Lombardo's ad are total garbage. Like, oh, look at all these times he went against Donald Trump. Yeah, he went against Donald Trump, but then he immediately ran right back to kiss his behind. And it also shows us that even if we were to get rid of Matt Gaetz, we end up with somebody like Lombardo, another Donald Trump sycophant who might even be worse than Matt Gaetz. The cycle is going to continue itself regardless of who is in office. Just like Madison Cawthorn losing his primary earlier this year, it doesn't mean, yay, an extremist is gone. It just means, no, we switched out one for the other. Equally horrible human being. And that's what would happen down here. So even if Lombardo was successful in convincing people that Matt Gaetz is the one who turned on Trump, then we're still going to end up with somebody in Congress who, unfortunately, is just as bad as Matt Gaetz. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen. Oh, not be so grumpy.